Hey, welcome back to another video, and this one's gonna be a little different. I usually come in with a lot of news and shit. There's not really much news to talk about music-wise other than the thing I'm talking about today. I'm giving my official rating and full-on discussion about Let God Sort 'Em Out by Pusha T and Malice, known as Clipse. Now, let me start off first things first. I've been known about Clipse. I've listened to a lot of Clipse. Older shit. You know what I mean? I guess I'm unk. I know this shit. I've listened to it before. And I'm a fan of Clipse as a duo rather than them like solo. Even though I love Pusha T's solo work, like especially Nostalgia with Kendrick Lamar, great song. Daytona, great album. He just has a lot of good work solo. I really do like him more with Clipse when he's with Malice. That's just my preference, and I really do like Malice as a rapper. So to see him back in this space is very, very good. And I have a few notes that have to do with him. So I'll just start off with that. First things first, he comes into this album with probably one of the most powerful verses in Clipse history, I'd say. When it's they're talking about, he's specifically talking about coming home and seeing his father deceased a few months after his mother's deceased. A very, very touching, moving song, talking about his verse is basically him talking about how that led him to get back into rapping. He saw his father die. Unfortunately, he found his father dead, and he had to he looked through the things. He looked through his father's phone. He saw the Bible verses. He had a text that he wanted to send. There was a lot of things that he was saying. One of the lines that really stuck with me is, "Chivalry ain't dead. You wouldn't let her go on her own." It's like, damn. Being in love can do that to you, I will say, and especially when it's that long and you lose somebody like that. So condolences to those two with the losses of their mother and father. But on a higher note, that song is great. And to be honest, with this album, there's a lot more good things for me to say about it than negative things. So I'll just say a few negative things that I have. The first 5 songs, great. Genuinely, the 1 through 5 run is insane. Then it hits All Things Considered. I don't really like that song because I don't like Pharrell's contribution and I don't like The Dream's contribution at all. I'm a big fan of The Dream. I was really excited when I saw him on the album. But his contribution was a nothing to me. He didn't really do anything. He barely even sang. He was whispering and shit. And I understand he's not at this point of his career, he's not where he was in the early 2000s when it comes to vocals. He's more so of a writer and shit like that. So it makes sense. And it's the same thing with Pharrell. They're both not the same vocally, but it still is not the best performance. And overall, I don't like Pharrell on a few of the songs. I do like him on EBITDA. I like him on that song. I think his features good, especially at the beginning. His first little beginning verse, pretty good for me. But yeah, when it comes to that, all the features did pretty well. You know what I mean? I genuinely think a lot of these features did pretty well. John Legend as a start-off feature. By the way, I didn't know how his inclusion would go. It went perfectly, in my opinion. I think that John Legend did a very good job accentuating the type of emotion that they wanted to get in that song, The Birds Don't Sing. Kendrick Lamar's verse grew on me a lot from first listen to now because I got the full, how much it fits with the songs on Chains and Whips. Great song. He goes really well. It goes really well on the song. And he's my second favorite feature on the album because the very next song is POV. Great song. I think that might be my favorite song on the album right now. Might change throughout time. It's in the first 5, I will say. It's between Chains of Whips, POV, So Be It, Ace Trumpets. And EBITDA is kind of growing on me a bit. I do like Let God Sort 'Em Out and Chandeliers because Nas's verse was impressive to me. And that's he's in the same space as, not saying that they're on the same level of rapping because I do think Nas is a better rapper, but I am saying he's in the same space as Malice when it comes to the level that they're at due to when it coincides with their age. You don't really see that much in rap where the older you get, you stay around the same level and you're still very good, successful, and listenable. Malice, he has some of my favorite verses on the album. So Be It, when it first came out, everyone said he had one of the best verses. The Birds Don't Sing, he has one of the best verses. Ace Trumpets, his verse is amazing. All the songs that I like, he has possibly my favorite verse on it. Truly. The only song that I would say that he doesn't have the best verse that I like the most is POV, because I think Tyler the Creator has the best verse in that song for sure. A lot of some other things is you can kind of see the contrast and where Pusha T and Malice are in life, because like Pusha T is still on that like fuck you, fuck you, fuck like he's very much for confrontation, whereas Malice is more so like he speaks about how he used to sell cocaine and how it made like him feel, how he saw like the detriment it had on people's lives, the children of the people that he was selling it to, things like that. So like he's older than Pusha T, not by much, but you can kind of see the age difference in those two. Whereas like Push is much more still on other rappers' throats, which I'm happy he still is. A lot of things should be called out, and I do, and like I have thought this before about Travis Scott. Let me just get straight into this. On So Be It, he talks about Travis Scott, and he also spoke at length on different interviews and things like that. Real quick, if you think him doing interviews is him being like that's corny, you're weird. This is the first Malice album, and I think in 20 years, and you think they're not going to have a rollout? They're not going to do interviews? Of course they're going to do interviews talking about shit. Like, what are y'all talking about? But in that, he talks about how he feels about, like, Travis Scott basically trying to act like he's everywhere and nowhere. And we already know that Clips, Pusha T specifically, do not play about Pharrell. So if Pharrell is getting played with by somebody, they're going to go at that person. That's why Pharrell, anytime you see Pharrell, like anybody ask him about beef he's in or people talking about him, he's like he don't talk about nothing. He just keeps it to himself because he knows he got people who can handle it for him, simply put. And yeah, that's just the way that Pusha T feels. I can understand the other side where it's like Travis Scott's like, just because they're beefing doesn't mean I shouldn't be cool with him or cool with him, or like, but there's also the side where it's like, he was hype as hell to hear the like that song, the song Like That on stage. He was hype as hell to hear Drake verse where he dissed Pharrell. It's like, I understand they're for yours, like these are songs you like these songs, but they're coming at people you consider friends or at least associates in some kind of way, and you're really excited about it. So like, but that's besides the point. Back to the album and things like that. So Be It, great song. Ace Trumpet's great song. POV has, I think POV is the strongest song, in my opinion. I think the hook is great. I think it goes very well with how the song goes, the type of energy it has. And I saw a lot of people kind of speculating about what Tyler said. I'm going to find the lyric right now. Give me 1 second. 1 second real quick. POV, kilos, and my back. Oh, my God. I love that song, man. It's so hard. Man, I got to find it real quick. My fault. He said, this is hard. But yeah, let me find this real quick. Let me find it. He said, Lil Feature trying to threaten to sue. And there was a few different people that they were speculating about. First, it was like, of course, they thought that he was talking about Drake. No reason for Tyler to ever talk about Drake, really. They haven't really like crossed paths at all. But it was a different friend of his from back in the day that they speculated about that has threatened to sue him over features and things like that. And then another name was Playboy Cardi, which I don't really see the foundation for that because, to be completely honest with you, Playboy Cardi, I think he just headlined at Camp Flog Gnaw. He was there. So there's no reason for them to really be beefing. I feel like it's understandable for Cardi to kind of have some sort of problem with Tyler dropping the version of Thought I Was Dead with him on it, but also it's like that it's a good verse by Cardi. It's good publicity at the end of the day. But I don't think he's talking about Cardi. And another thing he said was, I came to terms that I'm going to outgrow my heroes. And I feel like this is a direct shot at somebody that Push has also spoken about having problem with, Kanye West. Which is, I agree. I feel like outgrown mentally for sure. I feel like Kanye saying the things that he said recently. I have a whole video about that if you want to go see it. Literally, I have it. But also recently he said that he misses the relationship he used to have with Pusha T. To be honest, if I'm Pusha T, I'm looking at that and I'm saying I don't fucking care. Why should I care about you missing me if you said the things you said about me, disrespected the things you've done about me? And it's like there's just a bunch of shit. There's so much shit that you've done to where you saying that you miss me doesn't mean a damn thing to me if I'm him. But yeah, man, I really like that verse from Tyler. I think that Pusha T and Malice dropped an amazing album. I believe it is mainly produced by Pharrell, which, of course, of course. And it's very good to see an older group be able to maintain their sound while also modernizing it. Like, they didn't really change much, but it doesn't sound aged, and that's like a beautiful thing that we're seeing. Only 40 minutes and 13 songs, a very easy listen, bro. I'm telling you, if you have not heard this album, go tune in right now. And I give it, it is currently my album of the year. It's better than any albums that dropped this year. And I give it a 9.1 out of 10 or a 91 out of 100, whatever y'all want to give it. I give it a 9.1 though. And the reason why it's not fully there is because some of the features are kind of lackluster to me. Some of the songs don't hit the same for me. Inglorious Bastards, I do have to get some more listens to, but it didn't really hit the best for me. All things considered, both of the features were lackluster to me. Nas, shout out to Nas, he did really good, but it's just some things just needed to change, and the main thing that needed to change was Pharrell Williams' vocal performances. But also, he has some good verses on here, so I'm not going to completely go too far with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I know Jagged Boys just dropped yesterday. I've seen some things about it. I was pretty busy, so I didn't get to listen to it yet. I will listen to it right after this video. So you are going to see a reaction, a grade similar to this very soon. So be ready for that, of course. See y'all soon, and peace.